Alright guys, Gary back again, and Happy New Year. I know it's the 11th of January, but I've been busy. Well, not so much busy. I have been busy. It's been Christmas and New Year and family and work and all of that. Basically, my last video to this channel was going to look at the other monitor 6th of November. And between then and now, there's been Christmas, New Year, a week's holiday with my for my sister's 30th birthday, and she'll probably kill me because she doesn't like being reminded that she's 30. Yeah, I'll be 34 this year, hey. But basically, 2015 was a pretty big year for me and my love of Transformers, because that was the year that I got back into collecting, or started collecting again, because the last time I was collecting Transformers I was about 12. But at the start of 2015, all I had in my collection was the original MP1. I'm not going to transform him because he's now getting a little bit creaky, and quite frankly I'm scared to. It's not that he's been mistreated, it's just I've moved a lot and he's starting to show his age, and he's missing his back face colour. But he's still one of my favourite Transformers of all time, figures and character. But yeah, it was him. And I had two of these. The Transformers Universe Decepticon drag strip. This one is still mint sealed in box. To be fair, the box got a bit damaged. I picked two of these up at a car boot sale for £5 each. Obviously, one is open because I have a habit of not keeping things in boxes. And I figured that was a good opportunity to start. And when I opened him, his head was all wobbly and his waist disconnected from his legs, and it was goddamn awful. But like I say, 2015, that was all I had. Skip to the end of 2015 and the collection has grown considerably. If I remember to, I'll put some pictures in there. So, seeing everyone's top 15 of 2015 videos got me thinking, and I figured I'd add my own into the hat. So here it is. My top 15 of 2015. I will say these aren't in any particular order. I couldn't even start to put these in my favourites to least favourites. So this is basically going to be when I bought them, oldest to newest. And the first one is this one. This was the Mega Steel Buster, aka Not Blaster. And he was my first character, or first third-party Transformer. And I really liked him. I still really like him. He doesn't quite tab together in places, and you know, after so many months you do start to notice problems and issues, and there he is in tape mode. It's nice, it's fairly heavy, his legs are all die cast and his body's plastic, and I absolutely love the head. He's got two heads, and I've got which head do I have on it? I have Cartoon Head. He was a really nice figure, and I do like him, and he's got little paint chips here and there, and that's how he came in the box, and there was a note on the website saying that due to how he was packaged there might be damage, and I'm okay with that because he only cost me 40 quid. Of course, you look on the same website now and he's up to about 69, I think. Where are you? In fact, he's no longer on the Kapow website. Sold out. But he's pretty cool, and he's awesome, and pretty cool is pretty much my catchphrase according to everyone at work. So let's get him into robot mode. Now I did my first proper video on this guy, and you can tell it was my first because I was nervous as hell. because up until that point I'd only really done video games and Geekbox unboxings. And there he is in robot mode. Oh, connect. Like I say, I liked him. He was my first third-party character, and at the time, he was the only one. He was the only blaster that had been released. And then I think it was Keith's Fantasy Club released Transistor, who's now gone on to Double Dealer, and no, Twincast. So I got Facebook over there, and someone's put a picture of Double Dealer on that they got from B&M. So I keep looking over, and it's kind of distracting. But yeah, Mega Steel Buster. He was my first third-party figure, and he is on my top 15. Right, my everything seems to be going a bit wrong with my computer at the minute, so I'm having to do these videos in sections, and I'm going to join it all together in one hopefully entertaining video. So, after Buster, there came along the Combiner Wars toy series. Toy line, and that's when I started getting back into the official Transformers figures. And the first one was Combiner Wars Combiner Wars Armada Megatron. And as I said in the review video, I'm not really familiar with Armada, but I thought he looked really nice and really imposing, so I picked him up, and there he is. And still quite like him. He's still posed on my shelf in this position with his non-moving ankles, so you can't really do anything other than stand him up straight. But that's fine. He looks imposing, and he's stood next to some of the others I've got in this little lineup. Yeah, so it's nice. Nice lump of plastic. Of course, after that, I decided to go to my first convention, and that was the last Auto Assembly. And while I was there, I picked up 2, 3, 4, 5, essentially 7 more, the next 7 on my list. So, first one, the Classic. It's going to be MP10, and I think he's amazing. For me, he was just really nice to look at. Of course, I have added third-party hands, so he's now got all his fingers now move and posable. Doesn't particularly hold his gun too well, as you've just seen, but he's really cool. Of course, he came with the box. In the box, he had the trailer and everything, but I don't pose him in alt mode, so he's just been stood next to Megatron for a couple of months, and yeah, so I'm still like to pick him up every now and then and just go, wow. Obviously different to MP1, he doesn't have the movable mouth plate, no button on the back, doesn't have a light up matrix, but you know, he was redesigned and he looks awesome. Try and get your gun back in. There we go. So there we go. MP10. Of course, along with MP10, I picked up the Unite Warriors Superior. And my first ever complete combiner. I've even found power glides to make up the weird gun accessory thing, although he's slightly too heavy and poor Fireflight's hips can't quite handle holding the gun up. But yeah, for a 5-in-1 bot, looks awesome. The paint scheme's really nice, and again, he just looks absolutely amazing sat on my shelf. I've decided I'm not going to transform or take these apart. Trying to remember how to do Buster was too stressful for me, so hey, But you all know what they change into. Come on. I think eventually I will get the Perfect Effect add-ons for the hands and feet, so something to look forward to in the future. Of course, then I went on to my last purchase at Auto Assembly, and that was Planetex's Summonus, aka Snarl. Was it Snarl? So okay, it was Snarl. And you know, I always like Dinobots. I still want to get Grimlock, but I don't particularly want to spend out over nearly 100 quid on the third-party ones at the minute. Although the oversized Grimlock does look really tempting. But this was based on the War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron toy line. And he's just... I mean, look at him. He's big, beefy. I just realised how wobbly his left ankle's gotten over the last couple of months. But it's okay, stand still. 2 massive guns, 2 massive swords, and transforms into really nice dino mode. But I found this one really fiddly to transform, so he's basically just been stood like this for ages. And that's how he's going to continue to stay until I eventually think about selling him. Although if I could get the rest of the toy line cheaply, I would keep them all positioned in pride of place. And just look at that face. And those arms. They're nice. Of course, Auto Assembly came and went, and then back onto Combiner Wars, and that's when I picked up all of the Protector bots for the European/American release. You know, so we didn't get Groove as a limb, we got Groove as chest piece. We got Rook instead, who's now apparently some part of Galvatronus or Mega yeah, the Combiner Wars Galvatron that oh god, my names have disappeared. The other Silverbolt repaint that's came out. Cyclonus. Yeah, it was Cyclonus. Dad, damn it, I need more coffee, that's what I need. And he just looks really nice. Even if he doesn't have a motorcycle as a leg. He just looked really nice. And I liked him so much that just before Christmas, the Unite Warriors version came out. So I got that. And yes, I paid over £100 for essentially the same figure, but with a motorcycle as a leg. But that's how much I liked him. I never got around to making a video on this guy, mainly because busy. But no, the paint job is just amazing, and just look at it, and it's the same, but it's different. I mean, Streetwise, there's a nice shade of grey instead of slightly off-white down there, and Groove actually looks really nice as a limb. Looks alright as a robot, but I prefer him as a limb. And the helicopter, everything's just really nice. Looks a bit bare there with no mini Groove, but that's fine. That's what the G1 toy was like. Still got the same problems as the Hasbro version. His hips are a bit limp, and the legs in Defensor mode are kind of fiddly to get into the right position, and then they pop out, and yeah. But he's just nice. And this is probably one of my favourite bots of 2015. Collective bots. I don't know. I know what I'm trying to say. But then I like Defensor so much I actually started going into the third-party version, so I ended up getting the Make Toys. You know, Rover and Axel, and eventually Hymed and Katana are coming out this month, so they'll be joining these two. But just look at them, they're really nice, big scale, gorgeous. How many of these have I done now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No. Slightly less than top 15, let's be honest. I can't choose like that. But they were really nice figures, and they were comparatively cheap to other third-party ones. And I've just realised his hand's gotten really... There we go, it's not even properly, that's why. But these are two of my favourite, even if I have managed to accidentally break Axel's handlebar off, because he's such a fiddly character to transform from bike to bot. But let's be honest, when the others are here and everything's all ready to be combined, these are going to be put into limbs and never taken out again. I'm rambling right now. Jesus. Getting towards the end of 2015, I waited for the Black Friday sale in November, which was really fun because I was in the middle of Longleat and there's no Wi-Fi or internet signal up there, so yeah, trying to check sales with no internet is annoying. But ID Toys, or In Demand Toys, they had the Masterpiece Gold version of Bumblebee, and he was down to $29.99, and I thought, I like Bumblebee, I'm going to get him. And here he is. He's good. He's a tiny little bot. I was really surprised about how small he was when he got here. And I know I said I wasn't going to transform him, but I'm just really impressed with this guy. As soon as I pop the rear bumper out. In fact, we will make small talk while we're doing this. But I was so impressed with how well made he is. I mean, yeah, there's a few panel lines where he's not joining in properly, but I can forgive that. That's Bumblebee. It's a tiny Bumblebee, and I bloody love it. Stalling for time right now, as I valiantly try to remember how to transform half of these. But that's okay, because I've just remembered, so we're going to continue. You know, like I said, scale-wise, I think he goes in perfectly with the MP10. Because Bumblebee is not a massive character. Like the Robots in Disguise cartoon, he has him and Prime are a pretty similar height. Not spot on, there's a little bit of a height difference, but not what it should have, you know, not what we're used to if you grew up with G1. Da, 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 da. In and slide, and then slide, and then pop, 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 and flip. And look, yeah, there we go. Tiny. Tiny, tiny Bumblebee. And luckily, I've still got MP10 right next to me, so, you know, tiny. That's the scale I grew up with. Kind of wish I still had the Minibot version of him, but I don't. Most of my Transformers ended up going to the neighbour's kid, who, the last time I saw them, they were being beaten with a rather large wooden pole. So yeah, thanks, Mum. But yeah, Bumblebee. One of the last figures I got towards the end of last year. To be fair, it's a tie between him and Defensor as my favourite figures from last year. Mainly because he was so cheap, and he's so good to look at and play with, and I can spend hours just rolling him backwards and forwards on the desk, which is really annoying if I've got stuff to do. My final bot from last year was actually a Christmas present I got. So, here we go. Got this one for Christmas, and it was Masterpiece Sunstorm. And this is on my top list because I wasn't expecting him. I'd seen him for ages in Toys R Us, and he was always down about $49.99, and I never got round to picking him up. And then Toys R Us, my one anyway, stopped stocking him. So when I opened him up on Christmas Day, I was really surprised, and there's a lot. Yeah. But yeah, I know a lot of people have complaints about the Seeker mould. I'm not sure why. I quite like it. Mainly because he is bright yellow and insane. Admittedly, it did take me about an hour to properly transform him, because as always the instructions were bloody awful. But yeah, he's just really nice. They're all really nice. I mean, to be fair, I can't make a top list. I only get stuff that I'm really interested in. If I'm not interested in it, I wouldn't have picked it up. So essentially my entire collection from last year is my top bots for 2015. I rambled a lot in this video. But yeah. So in short, 2015 was amazing. 2016 is going to be even better. They did just announce that the Transformers Nation tickets are going on sale this Friday, so yeah, I'll be booking mine in. I'm going to go for the entire weekend this time, and I'm going to remember to record stuff on my camera. But yeah, this was my... I'm ignoring the numbers. This was my top bots for 2015. So hopefully, when I do me top bots of 2016, there's going to be a lot more. It's going to be fun. So, in closing, I'm going to say thanks for watching this video and listening to me ramble for God knows how long right now. Probably about 2 hours, but I've got to trim it, cut it, edit it. Remember how to do that. It has been a while. Hopefully, I'll see you in the next video, because I'm going to start kicking up again, because I have actually got on that table that you can just about see in shot over there. I've got the Combiner Wars Ultra Magnus, which I picked up last week in the January sales in Toys R Us. I'm going to call it January sales because basically it was when pretty much most of England got flooded. And while I was in Toys R Us, the power went out, so they had to send the runners all over the shop to get the prices from the shelves, and then everything with cash or the old style card machines where you make the carbon copies, and it was great. Unfortunately, the young girl who went to get the price for my Ultra Magnus got the price wrong, so I got it a lot cheaper than I should have done. And if this was before Christmas, he would have definitely been in the top bots. That's going to be enough of me rambling right now, because I'm getting thirsty. Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked it, as always, like, subscribe. If you're really interested in Transformers and other toys and geeky stuff, go and check out Transformers and such on Facebook, because they're a really good group of people, and it's kept me entertained. I know I'm not the most active person on there at the moment, but like I said, been busy. So until the next video, guys, I'm Gary, hopeless chatter, gamer, whatever you want to call me now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!